Hello everyone, welcome. I'm RxOliver and these are my friends, and today we're playing Troika. This scenario is called the Blancmange and Thistle, and our games master is going to introduce it and the game system Troika for us in a moment. I am here tonight with some familiar faces and a new one. I will let everyone introduce themselves. Going around the table clockwise from me then, I am RxOliver. I'm a producer of actual plays of ttrpgs. You know that because you're watching on the YouTube channel, or if you're watching on Chris's Twitch, make sure you check out the YouTube channel as well. I have tonight with me Martin, playing Greta Mogwai, the gremlin catcher. Martin, tell our audience where they can find you online, about what you do and all the things.
Yeah, my name is Chris Kidd. My personality is Irish. If you want gym tips, just message me, or just any tips on life. Pretty good at everything. Haven't found anything I'm not good at yet. Fist pump, that's me.
Thank you, Martin. And playing the venturesome academic, we have Valen Nightshade is John. John, say hello to everyone.
Hi, I'm John. I don't do anything exciting apart from play games.
Oh,
It's the best thing, mate. It's the best thing. You get to just show up, play games, and go home. You don't have to do any work. It's the best way. And the co-producer and streamer to Twitch, shout out to my man, Mr. Chris Kidd. Sir Longsalot the Vengeful Child.
That's me. Apparently I have switched positions with Martin. So as I am Martin, you can find me on Start Playing and hire me as your GM. I like to play 5e, and I keep all my players having really fun and playing times. Sometimes when I play video games or tabletop RPGs with other people, I don't listen to what they say, and I decide to do whatever I want, which causes a long-term vendetta.
Thank you very much, Chris. And introducing viewers, a friend of mine for a while now, someone who I've been following on the internet for a long time, and we have done a session 0 together, which has been published and then unpublished for reasons. I would like to introduce you to our games master, Mr. Pookie. Welcome, Pookie.
Thanks, Alex, and thank you, Chris, John, and Martin for agreeing to this idiocy. I'm Pookie. I'm basically a proofreader, editor, and serial reviewer of role-playing games. I have a blog called Reviews from Rillier, where you will find over 2,800 reviews, and I also make use of my partner's Nook in the garden for unboxing in the Nook, where I unbox role-playing games and show you what things people keep sending me in the post. And tonight we are playing a role-playing game published by Melsonian Arts Council called Troika. It's a science fantasy role-playing game set just about anywhere and anywhen, anywhere across the multi-spheres. And the scenario we are playing is the Blancmange and Thistle, which you will find in the core rulebook.
So I did pronounce Blancmange correctly, thank you.
Yes.
That's good to hear. I wasn't sure.
It's as the pudding.
Yes.
So, everybody ready to begin? Then let's get started. Okay, so you have all decided to come to the fabulous city of Troika, one of the most amazing cities in the multiverse. And your travel agents have all managed to book some incredibly glamorous accommodation in a hotel called the Blancmange and Thistle. It's cast in golden chrome, and when you step inside, there are chandeliers, wrought ironwork, thick, colourful, mismatched carpets, paintings of every style, taste, and era, on the wall. And you can see along the walls, there are little nooks where guests appear to be deep in conversation, deep in books. They seem to fit the chairs perfectly, as if they were designed for them before they arrived. And what you can smell is brass polish and artificial cherry. And as you survey this hotel foyer, there are mandrills everywhere in small bellhop uniforms with their bright purplish pink bottoms showing, going about their mandrill hotel business. And ahead of you, you can see the front desk and the concierge there.
A mandrill, is that the primate?
Yes.
Yes. And it's got a purple arse.
Yes.
Yes, that's okay. Yeah, that's the. So this hotel, all the staff are purple arse monkeys.
Well, the bellhops are.
Okay.
There's the concierge is an ordinary look. Is a very sharply dressed man, pomaded hair, tiny little moustaches you would expect for a concierge, almost like he's been to concierge school and has taken the best of the training.
And we are at this hotel for what reason? Sorry.
Well, you come to Troika, but I mean the thing is,
We'll get to Troika. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll come to that. Let's go around. We're going to introduce you. Might as well in that case, since you've asked the question, why don't you introduce your character? Tell us who you are and explain why you have come to Troika and are staying at the Blancmange and Thistle. We'll start off with you, Alex.
Oh, RX. It's not Alex. It's RxOliver, by the
RX?
way. Yeah.
Sorry.
Alex is a random name. I've not named that. My name is
okay.
RX. Oliver is fine. So Frank the Far-Seeing is a seer, an epopt, a teller of tales, a seer of visions and of prophecies, a prophesizer. And he is, he's prophesized of great things happening in Troika, grandiose scale things happening in the world are going to be based in Troika, and that's what drew him here. It was a vision that I saw. A vision has brought me here. A vision of something great is about to happen. That's what's brought me to Troika and to the hotel.
John?
Yes.
Can you tell me what this vision was?
Vision?
Yeah, what's the vision that Frank the Far-Seeing had?
He most probably had a vision of a really handsome guy sat reading a book, teaching, and being, just an awesome adventuring academic that he's seen travelling about doing great things.
Fair enough. Okay, so going down my list, Martin, who are you playing? What do you look like, and why are you in Troika?
My name's Greta Mogwai. I'm actually a very small human lady, but I have had surgery to look like a female gremlin from Gremlins 2. So I'm green and scaly, quite busty, in a leopard skin dress with very big Botox red lips and green hair and lots of makeup on. And yeah, I'm a gremlin catcher, and as we know, all gremlins are quite horny. So I use my female gremlin wiles because all gremlins are male, but they're very dumb. So they think I'm like, oh yeah, it's Smurfette situation, and then they run at me, and then I catch them. And yeah, people don't like gremlins, so that's my life.
So gremlins are all male, but as soon as one puts on a wig, they think the existence of a female gremlin is now a thing, and they all try to chase you.
Yep, yeah. Because they're that's just like going to a Scottish pub. That's the thing. You put a wig on, you're gonna get a date. That's all I'm saying.
And why has Greta come to Troika?
Yeah, she's heard there are gremlins aplenty and they're rampantly breeding her, so she's coming to make a pretty penny by offering her services.
Okay. Chris, who are you playing and why have they come to Troika?
So I am playing Sir Longsalot, and I have come to Troika because I have heard that the person that murdered my family because my old best friend didn't pick up the knife. I've heard that they're here, and I'm here to seek vengeance against them and my best friend.
Okay.
So the people that
And-
murdered your parents and the guy that didn't pick up the knife, you want vengeance against both? Right, okay, got you.
And what does Sir Lancelot, the vengeful child, look like?
So he looks like he's about 28 years of age. He has short bobbed, like bowl cut ginger hair, and a massive long sword. It's that long that it's nearly a bastard sword, but it's not quite long enough. And he wears chainmail that is very, very worn and broken with red underneath.
And I'm just checking. That's a very old child, then.
Yes, very old child.
Fair enough.
Did he vape? did he vape a lot, like as a kid or something?
No, vapes weren't invented. He just puffed a load of campfire with his friend.
Okay, and lastly, John, tell us about your venturesome scholar and why what they look like and why they've come to Troika.
You've got a 5'9" height, male, brownish hair, nose probably down to his shoulder, wears glasses, dresses with not a cape, but that sort of thing. A little bit of tweed in there, elbow patches, very academic looking. But he's also carries a little scabbard just in case. He has got a dagger holding, but there's no dagger there.
And why has he come to Troika?
He's come because he's heard that the libraries and the scholars here are becoming second to none. So he's coming here to check them out, do a bit of learning, maybe a bit of teaching.
Okay, so you're all in the foyer. Who is the first one of you to actually approach the concierge?
Concierge, I am Frank the Farseeing, and I foresaw that this was the finest hotel in all of Troika, and it seems the visions were true. What a blessed place this is.
Okay, so you look this concierge over. Martin, this concierge has a name tag on it. He has the most boring name in the known universe. What is it?
John.
Okay.
Shots fired.
Okay.
I was gonna say Chris, but I was like, Chris has already had one. So.
Okay.
Oh my days.
And okay, so
Sorry.
Chris, how does he pronounce John?
Juan.
Juan. Okay. Yeah. So it's clearly pronounced. It's clearly written John. Okay. And he says, "Good evening, sir. I am Juan, and I will be your concierge for this evening. How may I help you?"
Greetings, Juan. What I would like to get the Farseeing suite, the Epopped suite. You know, the free suite that's very special. It's the presidential suite, but it's free for Epopped. That suite.
May I take your name?
Yes, it is Frank the Farseeing.
Let me check. And he checks the sources. He basically opens up the ledger. Okay, it's all clearly written down rather than any computerized things. And he looks and he said, we only have the one room available because of the Festival of the Chiliac. All of our rooms are booked out.
The festival of the what?
Chiliac, sir, I hope you will indulge in this event. It is magnificent. You must simply attend the feast.
Of course, the festival of the Chiliac. I foresaw the festival of the Chiliac.
But of course
that's right.
you did, sir.
Of course I did, yes.
Now, Mr. Fassing, may I ask if your fellow guests are here with whom you will be sharing your room?
I looks around and there's 3 strangers behind him. Well, Frank the Farseeing is a humbly popped, and I wouldn't want to take the last room all to myself, so of course I'll be sharing with these fine gentlemen you see behind me. And the gremlin. These fine gentlemen and a gremlin.
I don't even get gendered, I just get like a statement. Like
You're wearing a wig! It's a wig and makeup, you're a gremlin!
I'm a human woman who is presenting as a female gremlin.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
she's distraught.
The wonderful
He's
lady.
crying.
This avant-garde portrait of the Madonna and these 2 gentlemen will be my fellow guests.
Stole it
Okay,
back.
I shall see if I may take their names, if I have a booking for each of them. And he looks you over.
Yes, my name is Valen. You should have my name. I'm a very well-known scholar, adventurer. I'm sure you do not have to share.
I'm afraid, sir, that it is all that we have because of the Chiliac festival, which is very, very busy.
I did make a reservation.
I see, sir, that you will have to take that up with your travel agent.
Certainly will.
I can only apologize for the mix-up, but I am attempting to do the best for you, sir, that the Blancmange and Thistle can.
Well, I don't think the rating will be a very high 5-star. It might even just get a 3. We'll see.
Monsieur, we pride ourselves on being the very finest 3-star hotel in all of Troika.
We shall see.
And you, Monsieur, you do, what is your appellation? It looks at the a vengeful kid.
I didn't eat a dictionary for breakfast, so I don't know what an appellation is.
Your name, sir?
Oh,
Mountain range in America, as far as I know.
My name is Sir Longsalot.
It is a pleasure to have you. I have your name here.
Sweet, I'm on the list.
Finally, you, madame?
Mademoiselle, but thank you. My name is Greta Mogwai.
Well, we are pleased to have you all here as the guests of the Blancmange and the Thistle. One moment, please. And he reaches behind him, opens up a cupboard, and pulls out a key. And it's on a chain. It's quite a small silver key. Your room is available. Here is the key. And he holds it out to you.
Who's he holding it out to?
Just basically towards you, so anyone can take it.
Oh, I mean, I foresaw that he was holding it out to me, so I'll take it.
Okay. What do you do with it?
I'll have a look. Does it have a number on it?
Yes. It's on the basically 626.
626. We're on the 6th floor, boys, by the looks of things. Boys
Okay.
and Greta, sorry.
Okay.
I was
And-
like, she's just like, really? You're gonna send me
And-
off with these imbeciles?
You are welcome to take a booking elsewhere, but because of the festival, everywhere else is booked out.
Well, all I'm saying is I'm an innocent gremlin woman, and I'm looking around in case there's any horny gremlins. You know, anything could happen with these strapping young fellows.
Well, at that point, there's a banging from the jar you carry.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Sort of banging from the jar he carries, what?
Yep, like, shut up! to what's in my massive bag.
Okay, then what? Okay, so then Frank the Fasting, what do you do with the key?
I will head off to the room, I guess. I'll have
What?
to go...
Sorry, what do you do with the key?
Oh, well, I'll hold it in my hand. I don't think I need to like put it away in my pocket or anything. We're just going to head to the room. I'll just hold it in my hand and look for the
Okay.
6th floor.
Okay. If there's, I can of course offer you a complimentary drink at the bar before you ascend to your room.
Of course, how did I not see that coming?
Perhaps the powers they desert you, sir. A restorative aperitif will perhaps do you some good.
A restorative refreshment is just what is in order, my good man. Thank you very much. What do you recommend?
As the bar is that way.
Okay. I'll head to the bar then. If he's not even going to recommend me a drink, I'll just go... I don't know what I'll have, for Guinness.
Are we going to a bar now?
Yeah, we're getting a free drink.
Hold on, and I got to change the scene then. Hold on.
Okay.
Are
So
you doing the artwork?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same one, but with bar on there.
John, shush.
Sorry. I was just asking.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
So do the rest of you follow Frank the Fasting down to the bar?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or follow.
If you don't, I'm
Okay.
cashing in 4 drinks tokens.
because
Yeah.
he's got the key, so we gotta follow him because
Yeah.
we want to go to our room.
Yeah.
At some
Okay.
point.
Plus, I've got the 4 drinks tokens. If you don't come, I'm having 4.
So you go basically the stairs wind down to the basement bar, and the first thing you are aware of is that the music in here sounds like several lions roaring, while someone plays the oboe rather energetically.
Oh, it's the fucking Irish bar. I'm like, I ain't going in there.
And there are people sat round, and they appear to. Some of them have glasses. Some of them have sort of like glasses with vegetables in them. And you can see that there's the bar at the far end of the room.
I mean, like a Bloody Mary. Like, you know when
No.
people put like a pickle in a Bloody Mary, and you mean like that kind of vegetables in a glass, or like
Vegetables in a glass.
some slices of cucumber, like a salad in a glass. That sounds
Are you,
alright.
be-
Actual
are you being a crafty idiot? Do you mean like vegetabilized people? Are these like people who aren't coming back to life in like a glass? Because
No, there are vegetables simply there appear to be vegetables in a glass.
Okay, not people who are in a vegetable.
No,
Okay,
No.
I mean,
No.
it depends what kind of vegetables you've got in your glass. If that's some cucumber, you've got some salt and pepper, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Yum yum. I'll eat a salad from a glass. I like vegetables.
Well, thanks for sharing.
So what kind of vegetables? You're talking like just like a turnip in a glass? Like this guy's
Yes.
got a turnip and it's not got any soup or anything, it's just a turnip.
Yep.
Right, yeah, that's a little strange. And are they eating the vegetable but just in a glass? Are they like
Yeah.
yeah, that's a little odd. Okay.
You can see that some of them have got sort of like boxes or bags next to them, and they're full of fireworks.
Okay.
There's a lot to draw at once. Hold on.
So, which one of you gets to the bar first?
Oh, unless anybody is particularly fast, I'll be at the bar first.
Okay, so
It's alcohol that fuels my powers, of course.
okay, it's almost as if you've seen Juan replicated at this behind this bar, but Chris, he basically, his name label has got the most amazing name you've ever heard. What is it?
Goldrick.
Goldrick. Okay. Martin, how does he pronounce it? It's the most boring way of talking you've ever heard.
Chris Kidd.
I can't do that accent, I'm afraid.
Irishy. That's a word, right? It's like an Irishy pronunciation. So Goldrick.
Galdrick.
Yeah.
Goldrick. I could. It's sort of
It's like
like
musical.
okay. Good evening, sir. I am your bartender for the night. I am Goldrick. What vegetable will be your pleasure this evening?
Oh.
I want your biggest vegetable. What's the biggest
Now you
vegetable
really
on
put me on the
offer?
spot.
Okay. What?
Big vegetable for me.
What?
I would like
Big vegetable.
What?
I would like a beetroot. Can I have a beetroot, sir?
A beetroot, sir. One beetroot, pickled beetroot.
Excellent.
And he plops. Basically, it's sort of like he gives you a martini glass with a pickled beetroot in it.
Fabulous. I'll be like, is there an olive though? Because it's a martini glass. Do I also get
No.
an olive? Oh,
No.
Disappointing.
Yeah, sadly not.
Disappointing.
I mean, Chris, what other tiny instead of an olive? What does he get on a stick?
He gets a potato slice on a stick.
Well, I like potatoes.
In fact, it's like a potato slice, like with a cut through it, and it's like put onto the top of the glass.
like you do with a lime. Like you split it like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, yep.
That's classy. Yeah, classy.
But is it raw potato or cooked?
It's
It's
definitely
pickled.
raw.
It's
Aye.
pickled.
But raw pickled.
Raw pickled potato. Okay. Yum.
Okay, so he passes you this glass, and then sort of like will it be anything else, sir?
Yeah, I would like a libation, an alcoholic beverage, a lubricant.
What?
Alcohol.
You want a drink, sir? Why didn't you say?
A wee swally.
Okay, and he produces the tiniest glass you ever seen in the world, and gets out this gets out this huge bottle, and just gently tips,
Okay,
pours a small,
Alright.
and your token, sir.
Give my
Okay,
token.
and-
It's a very small
okay.
drink.
Okay, and for the pickled beetroot,
I don't have a token for that.
it is one of the drinks, sir.
Alright, okay. So what do? Do I give them some money if I don't have a token? I don't have another token. These guys have got a token each.
You've got all 4 tokens.
Have I got all 4 tokens?
Yeah.
I'll just give them all 4 and say, that's for the group, that's for our tab, that's for all of us. And I'll drink my drink. I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Who wants to order a drink next?
Just seeing that, I'll pass on the vegetables. Thanks very much. But I
You'll
will
not
have
be wanting a
no-
vegetable then, sir.
No, but I will take a drink.
And he does exactly the same with a very tiny glass, essentially, of this herbal liqueur.
Does it taste good, by the way?
It depends. What herb is it?
Cinnamon.
Yes, it's definitely horrible.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's pure cinnamon. It's like you're snorting cinnamon.
No. Yeah, horrible. Spit it back out. Thanks very much.
Okay, so will there be anything else, sir?
No, not if it's this quality. This is such a shoddy place.
Of course, sir. I'm so glad you're enjoying yourself.
Great.
Will there be anything else?
No, thank you.
No, I said, will there be anything else, sir?
No. No.
What?
No.
Oh, no, sir. Oh, of course, sir.
And then I'll just step back from the bar.
Okay, he looks round. Looks at the vengeful child, Sir Lancelot, and Greta Mogwai. Can I be of service, sir? Sorry, the accent, it doesn't stick, I'm afraid.
It's all right. Chris forgets sometimes too. It's fun to watch him go. Whatever he actually is, we don't know.
I'm so sorry. I wasn't aware I was going to be funneling Chris. I'm doing my best here.
You're doing perfectly well. Well done, mate. Well done.
Chris is actually from Birmingham, so yeah, we'll one up your brummies. Support him.
Fair enough. I only live there. I'm not a Brummie.
You'll probably catch him out when he goes Brummie in the break, so watch out for that, viewers.
Don't, you'll lose all his fans on Twitch when they find out.
As you look round, you can see there are some of the people are beginning to leave and walking away with their boxes of fireworks and bags of fireworks and heading for the stairs.
I guess that's part of the festival, the fireworks. That doesn't seem
Yeah,
to
but-
change.
Okay, so at this point you're welcome to partake of more pickled vegetables and perhaps the liqueur, but eventually, presumably, you'll want to try and get to your room.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Is there any chance we can go up now?
Yeah. When everybody's finished at the bar, we'll head up to the room then.
Okay, so you make your way back across across the bar under the caterwauling sound of lions and the oboe, and reach the almost pastoral silence of the lobby. And ahead of you, you can see the lift, which is basically a pair of chrome doors, besides which hangs a bell with an ornate brass paw in the shape of a six-fingered hand.
Oh. Now, does a six-finger hand have an extra thumb or an extra non-thumb?
You can't quite tell.
Cress, let me see your hands.
It's got an extra finger. Right,
Yeah,
got it.
yeah.
He's only
I
got
love
one.
I love how visual Chris is. Yeah, I like that.
This
So
drawing's
yeah,
amazing.
as Chris has pointed out, there's an extra middle finger.
Has it got two middle fingers? That's excellent.
So you're all stood in front of the lift. Does anyone pull ring the bell?
Is that like a
Yes.
pull handle? The bit.
Yeah. So, Valen, you reach out and you pull the handle, and instead of a sort of like a bell sound, Imagine the sound as if you were the sound of clattering of porcelain as it's thrown into the sink is what you hear. And then moments later, after standing there, sort of looking at yourselves in the chrome of the mirror doors, there's the lift doors open. And two persons covered entirely in interlocking metal plates step out in unison and stop in front of you. Do you part to let them pass?
Oh yeah, like metal armor, like plate armor they're wearing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll get out of the way.
Okay, they march in unison out of the hotel, and before you are the open lift doors.
Get inside the lift.
Ladies first.
Okay, inside the lift, I'm presuming that all four of you get into the lift.
I will let Greta go first.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ladies first, of course, and or ladies and gremlins first.
I mean, I don't like how you're using this interchangeably. You know, a woman can be a gremlin can be a woman. You know.
Inside the lift is an ironwork cage. Under your feet, there is a green carpet that you sink several centimeters into. And up ahead, there's a small chandelier with a phosphor bulb giving you plenty of light into the space. And as you look round for the controls, you see there is a tiny mandrill in a red suit operating the lift. And essentially, he's got his little paw on a set of controls which are just on the wall. And he looks up at you, sort of expectantly.
The 6th floor, I believe, my good man. 626. We're looking for.
He keeps looking at you.
6. Up. We're going up. Somebody got a tip for him. Was he wanting a tip? Is that what he's after?
I'm going to give him a potato that I got at the bar and just hand him the potato.
Basically, he sort of goes,
Oh, my key. Show him my key. Right, okay, I'll show him my key.
basically he goes, yeah. And turns back and operates the control panel.
Okay.
And the doors close and the lift begins to ascend. And you realise that the movement of the lift is not only slow, but generates a slight hum that is registered in your back teeth.
And it's a mechanical hum.
You think so, yes.
Strange sound. It really gets to me. That really, ooh, yeah, it's worse than nails on a blackboard. That one.
Yeah, it's all like. So as you the cage is open, so it's basically you can see the walls that you're passing up, and instead of as you go up, it's clear there's a gradual change in the colour of the wall of the lift shaft. It's almost as if instead of the floors being numbered, they're colour coded.
Okay.
And you reach the first floor with the distant sound of porcelain landing in a sink, and the doors open. And there's a sweet fat old lady in a blue shawl with blue rinsed grey hair standing at the outside, and she steps in and she looks you all over. She says, "Good evening."
Good evening.
She's got quite a large bag, out of which you can see there are a pair of knitting needles protruding. And she reaches into the bag and she passes a red bonbon sweet to the mandrill, who you can see scarfs it down quickly and proceeds to hiccup quite happily. And she looks at you and smiles And she looks at Sir Lancelot. She says, "Hello, who are you?"
I am Sir Lancelot, the Brave.
And how heavy are you?
75 quarts.
Ooh, now that's quite heavy. Would that be imperial or metric quartz?
I'm Imperial.
Of course you are. You're benighted, as they say.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a favourite colour?
The blood red of my enemies.
And she passes you also a red bonbon, which you can see it's in a little wrapper, but you can see through the wrapper.
I can see through this wrapper.
Indeed, it is easy. It's the best way of knowing what colour sweetie you'll be consuming. Don't you think?
Yes, very delectable.
See, now, favourite colour and favourite sweetie colour are two different questions now. That's two different questions, because my favourite colour is red, but the best sweetie colour is green. Without a doubt. Whether it's lime or apple.
No, it's blue because the blue Smartie used to make you go crazy. So it's
green. It's lime sweeties.
Blue.
It's the green fruit pastels. It's green wine gums.
Blue's the most dangerous and exciting colour you can get in a sweet. It's
got the most numbers, right?
Yep.
That's the most interesting philosophical debate. If only we had such time to within the length of the journey up this lift shaft. But tell me, who are you, young gremlinette?
Well done. That is my preferred pronoun, gremlinette, or mademoiselle. Yeah, I'm Greta Mogwai. Have you got any horny gremlin problems?
No. Not where I'm come from. I have plenty of knitting needles to deal with that problem. Tell me, where are you going?
We're going to a Blancmange party and our rooms.
I've never been to a Blancmange party. It's obviously a thing for young people.
I mean, it's a bit wobbly, as the kids say. But yeah, I mean, you could come if you want. No, you could just watch if you want, if you don't want to like get involved.
Well, I have other things to attend to, but thank you for the invitation. Tell me, what gods have you brought with you?
Gods?
Well, yes, the young gremlin here. What gods have you brought with you?
I brought trying to think one that's not offensive. Buddha came with me. He is the little bold guy. He's really nice. Not offensive.
I'm sure you're going to find a way to make it offensive, Martin. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I think of the whole list of religions, offending Buddhists is probably going to be easier for me. So hi, Buddhist people.
They're least likely to murder you for it, mate. Is the thing. That's what you're going for. A Buddhist is least likely to come and seek vengeance on you for being racist.
Probably karmically I'm fucked, but generally for today I'm probably okay. So
yeah.
I have a request when you're thinking of these gods. Okay, just make them easy to draw. Buddha was great.
But I think Buddha's reasonable. It's just a little bold, man. You could just draw me.
We fat guy.
That is most interesting. Not one I've ever heard of, but there are many great gods out there in the multisphere. And you, sir, you appear to be a scholarly gentleman. Who are you and where are you from?
Yes, I am Valen Nightshade. I'm a scholar, obviously, as you can tell.
It is easy. You do exude scholarliness.
I know, it's amazing. I am from the Brass City.
The Brass City. I do hear that takes some rubbing.
Well, yes, you can rub it for a long time and it still not comes up nice. So, it takes a while, yes.
So, will you be visiting the porcelain martyrium of St. Jude whilst you are here?
Well, it sounds... Yes, most probably.
Excellent, because it's an excellent choice. What's your favourite colour?
My favourite colour is lily white.
White. I don't have lily white. I can do you lemon.
Oh, well, that won't have to do then, I suppose.
She passes you a bonbon which is yellow. I do forgive me. Sir Lancelot, what was your favourite colour?
I like red. You already asked me this.
Oh gosh, you see, I'm an old lady and I forget these things. No, I meant to ask the Gremlinette. What was your favourite colour, young lady?
My favourite colour is denim.
Yes, then I'll do you a blue one. She passes you blue.
Lovely.
So that leaves you at what was your name?
My name was, is, and will continue to be Frank the Far-Seeing, my good lady. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And I know what you're going to ask me, and my favourite colour is green.
Mately presumptuous of you.
I foresaw it.
Of course you did. Are you, or have you ever been associated with the Red Church, by the way?
No, I'm freelance.
Freelance? Well then,
Independent.
as a Farseer, you'll perhaps be better able to answer this question better than any others. Where will you go when you die?
Oh, now that is a big question. I will go back to the crater. I will go back to the crater.
The crater?
The creator.
Oh, the creator.
Yes.
And who would that be for you?
Well, I don't know. It's the one thing. I can see the future, not the past. I don't know who's created this journey that I'm on. I don't know. These philosophical questions are beyond me. I only see the future, not the past.
And there you see is the limitations upon prophecy.
The blessing and the curse.
Well, I just have the single other question, perhaps, is could St. Jude escape her bondage given suitable mass?
Given suitable velocity, yes, and with gravity and enough mass will come sufficient velocity. With enough force and enough mass comes sufficient velocity.
So you're saying that mass is not sufficient?
No, you require velocity, momentum. Mass on its own is meaningless. You need momentum. Momentum makes things happen.
Interesting. And what did you say your favourite colour was again?
It was green, but I think now it will be blue. I think I changed. I think for now it's blue.
Well, unfortunately, the blue one has already been taken, so I shall have to give you a green one.
Oh, beggars cannot be
suppose-
choosers.
Well, well, enjoy.
Well, thank you very much.
And the lift continues ascending slowly, with your back teeth slightly sort of like tingling from this continuous hum. And again, there's that breaking of crockery, and the doors to the second floor open. And outside, there's quite possibly one of the odder things you've seen this evening. It's a cloud of green gas in which tiny balloon bladders float, and hanging on the bladders are items of jewelry. It floats into the lift shaft, into the lift. At which point the older woman coughs quite loudly and strides out, humping, and the doors close, and the lift begins to ascend again. And you suddenly realise that this gaseous form is occupying the whole of the lift, so that for the rest of you, there is no air.
Suffocated.
Yes.
Oh no.
So, what I'd like each of you to do is make an advanced skill hold breath roll. And I bet none of you have got the hold breath skill.
I've not got hold breath in my advanced skills, no.
So that means you are going to be rolling your standard skill.
Can I roll like an item to see if it'll help me, or is that not something we can do?
So roll a what?
Like I know our inventories have number. Can I like use an item from my inventory to help with the?
What would you think? What item in your inventory would you think help you?
Maybe some of the air that the gremlins are kept in. It's like
What
like,
in the jar? In the jar?
Yeah, I might also let a gremlin out.
So what are we rolling?
You know.
Well, yes, you can. That'll only gives you enough air for one round.
Okay, and will I have to let the gremlin out, or can I just like puff it? And then...
You will have to make a luck roll to see whether or not the gremlin bites you.
It's worth it.
Fair enough. Okay,
I
so
have an idea anyway after that.
So at this point, you do see the mandrill, your lift, the lift operator, basically reach into a tiny compartment, pull out a gas mask and put it on, and closes the compartment again.
Oh, nice.
And he's not getting any more of them. What do you want us to roll? Sorry, how do we roll?
Okay, so what I want you to do is you're rolling against your skill.
Yep.
Which is on 2d6. You want to roll equal to or less to hold your breath.
Then my skill score, right? Okay.
Yep.
And it's 2d6.
2d6, yes.
Okay. I want under a 5. I want a 5 or under, so this is not the best roll for me.
I don't need to roll for the first round.
Oh no,
right?
that's a fail for me.
Okay.
Could I say that swimming would make me be able to hold my breath?
I'll allow it. Yeah, I've got no problem with that.
I want to do the same because I have swimming. After
Well, you've already opted for.
I was thinking the same. Oh, I mean, just Chris Kid floating with the DM as usual. Fine, we'll just huff some goblin air instead.
The goblin's been farting in the jar. He just breathed in nothing but goblins.
I know, and it but it's still got a bit of oxygen in it. So
do I roll 1d6 then instead?
2d6. 2d6. You still roll. So basically, add your swimming skill to your base skill, and you're still rolling 2d6.
Nice roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I beat it anyway.
No, wait, I think you've only rolled 1d6 there, Chris. I think.
Well, I'll roll another one then.
That was 2d6 that time.
Okay, so I still win, so I'm good.
That's still
I'm dead already. Good night, guys. I breathe in toxic green things.
Okay, so
well, I need to roll a luck thing, don't I, to see if the gremlin jump out. Sorry.
So roll under your luck. Or attempt to equal to or under your luck.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say that the gas is like purple.
Okay. It's a purpley green.
1d6.
Basically, you're rolling 2d6 against your luck.
1d6 plus. Oh, is it just one dice? Oh,
no, you're rolling.
No, you're rolling. You're rolling 2d6 and
Yeah.
temperature roll equal to or under your luck.
Okay, 2d6. Let's see if it works. I got a 7, and my luck is 7.
Nice.
So I
Okay,
don't know.
so you succeed on this round. Okay, you are not breathing in toxic gas of this gaseous being, but your luck goes down by 1.
Boo.
Okay, anybody who failed, just roll a
I
d3
haven't been yet.
okay,
So-
sorry.
My idea would be either to roll an advanced skill to evaluate whether this gas is flammable or not. And if it isn't, then I'm going to take out a match and a candle and try and, if it is flammable, I'm going to try and burn it off with a match and candle.
Okay,
Roll a 3 on the 1d3 Pookie.
okay, so that's the amount of damage you take.
Oh no, where does that go?
That's your stamina.
Stamina, so it just reduced my stamina score by that?
Yep.
Okay. Oh no.
So, John, if your character's got an appropriate skill which you think would help him determine whether this gas is flammable.
He does, he has evaluate, which is
Okay.
a 2.
Okay.
So 2d6 plus 2, yeah?
No, you roll basically add the 2 to your skill. Okay,
Right.
and roll equal to or under the total.
Ah, right, okay.
Basically, advanced skills improve your skill.
I could have got an
Right.
argument for using awareness for this roll, but even adding that, I still would have failed
Oh,
anyway.
Jesus.
Oh, John.
Yeah, okay. Well, with the advanced, it was 7, and I rolled a 12, so...
Okay. You think it's flammable?
Okay, so I'm gonna go into my inventory and I'm gonna grab out a candle
Okay.
and the matches. And
Okay. Well, the thing is, because you've rolled a maximum, not only do you think it's flammable, but you're going. I think I'm going to lose. I'm losing. I'm going to drown here. So you fumble in your bag.
Mhm.
I want you to roll 2d6 and give me the result from your inventory as to what you pull out.
Right, okay.
Rubber chicken, rubber chicken, rubber chicken.
My reading glasses
Okay.
in a sturdy case.
Right. So yeah, you've done that, but you are still coughing, so you still take 1d3 damage from your from basically the effects of drowning in this gas.
Okay.
So the lift continues to rise. What are the three? What are the four of you doing on the next round?
Choking and dying, I think.
Think about has no one got any cool items you can use to...
I've not really
you
got
know-
any items that are going to help in this situation. No,
No,
not at all.
that's what I thought.
No, not really.
I want to check the place where he took the gas mask out of to see if there's more.
Okay.
It'll be like this size though, because you've got this wee
Yeah,
tiny
it's
wee
that.
case.
It's basically it's quite tiny. When you do, there aren't any. He's got the only one. It's literally his gas mask. You open it up, and it's sort of like there's essentially the space inside it is gas mask shaped. So there's only room in sort of like the cubby hole for this exact gas mask. Okay, so
Can I plunge my long sword into the side of the lift to see if it'll let the gas escape?
the gas. Okay, no, because the thing is, the lift itself is a cage, so it's
Okay.
open.
Oh, okay.
It's basically it's like an iron. It's like a metal framework, like an old style
The
lift.
gas is not leaking out of the gaps.
No.
The gas
This
just
is
staying.
basically this. This is. I mean, this is sort of like this is a gaseous being.
Mhm.
rather than just a gas cloud.
And it's moving up in the lift. It's not dispersing through the holes in the
It's not
cage.
dispersing. It's sat in.
Yeah.
It's sat in the lift with you, and it occupies the whole
Just
of.
like that. Start fanning.
Can I fart really hard and try and replace the gas with my gas?
Oh, I don't know
Well,
what's worse.
Yeah.
Because
well, first off-
I drank a load of the pickles.
Okay. Well, first off, okay. I'm not entirely sure you'll be able to displace all of the gas.
Well, what about could I fart into my hands just enough to give Frank some fart gas that would replace the gas in his lungs so that he could breathe?
You better make him roll to see if he's short. So.
Okay,
I
well,
want to know if he's shit.
let's not go there. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
why not? Why not? But okay. Okay, so that's a straight skill roll.
Okay, and that's just 2d6, and if I beat 4, then I
You're
do
rolling under that. You're rolling under that, 4 or less.
This is to save me with fart.
Cthulhu rules under.
Yeah, this is to save me with fart. No, you failed.
No, I failed.
I think I'd rather have the
Okay.
gas, thanks, mate.
Okay, so Phelan, what are you doing?
Fail?
I am holding, or I'm going to attempt to hold my breath.
Are you still furkling in your?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going.
For the candle.
Right, so another 2d6 roll for that, please.
Yeah, something I could try.
No, that's a 10.
What have you got?
So on my skill, it is.
No, on
skill-
your on the
Oh,
inventory sheet.
on my, that is my bundle of candles and matches. Hello.
Okay, you managed to pull it. You managed to pull it out. Okay, and you strike it. Set light to the candle, and it goes out instantly. Okay, so Greta, what are you doing this round?
Well, Greta just realised that she's got 1d6 of empty jars, so as opposed to basically killing a gremlin, I could have just used the empty jars to breathe and given everyone one. I
Just be
don't know how
breathing
big
into a jar.
gremlins. Yeah. So I'm just gonna breathe in one of the jars, and I guess if I roll 1d6, then maybe I've got enough for everyone.
Yeah, but that will only give. Well, that will give each person only 1 round's worth of air.
I mean, it's worth it,
Yep.
right? Just to help
So-
everyone out. Oh yeah, I've got just enough for everyone,
Okay.
so we all get 1 jar of air.
So it's a great idea, but again,
Uh-huh.
this is quite a fraught situation. So you want to roll 2d6 and consult the result, compare the result to your inventory to basically tell me what you pull out this round.
Oh, okay. So roll. Okay, to 2. Okay, well, I pull out an 11, which is. Oh, I think it's going to be that fucking gremlin that I already used. Hold
Well,
on.
the thing is, what you've done,
Yep, it's the pissed off gremlin inside
yeah,
the jar.
it-
that I opened.
basically, it pulls out, and just looks at you, goes,
Yep.
and the thing is, what you've done, essentially, you've reached in to try and pull out an empty gremlin jar, and you've pulled out a full one instead.
Yep.
Okay, so, but because you were pulling out multiple, okay, you managed to pull. You were aiming to pull out 4,
Mhm.
but you will be able to pull out 1 to 3. So roll randomly, determine how many you pull out this time.
So roll 1d3, right?
Yep.
Hey.
3!
Okay, so essentially, you have a choice. You can keep one of those jars yourself, or you can
Uh-huh.
give one to everyone else.
No, I'm gonna take one of them, and then I ain't fucking battling with these bastards. So I'm just gonna put the 2 jars down and let them battle it out for the 2 jars.
Okay. Oliver, Frank
Ooh.
the Far-Seeing.
I would like to reach into my inventory and try to grab. So it says that my yellow e-popped outfit is in my inventory. So I assume that
Yeah.
means I'm not currently wearing it. It says it's padded for protection against unhappy clients. So I'm figure if I take the padded section, that's going to be something that's going to be lots of layers of material that's going to act as a kind of a filter maybe, and I can maybe breathe through that as a filter.
Okay. Again, it's an emergency situation, so you need to roll the 2d6
2d6.
to determine what you're pulling out this time.
Pulls out its plonker by accident.
I don't think you've got that in your inventory, so
No, it's not. 8 is an epoch staff, being a walking staff with a seeing crystal on one end, does damage as a staff. I pulled out a walking stick weapon.
okay. So everybody else who has failed this time, which I think is all of you, takes a d3's worth of damage as
Okay.
you cough and splutter at this environment.
I rolled a 3
Well,
again.
I'm all right though, because I got my jar out, right? So I'm okay.
Yeah. You're okay.
Rolled a 3 again, man. Maximum
yeah.
damage.
So the situation is sort of like you're slowly going up. The gas doesn't seem to be basically the gaseous form doesn't seem to be responding to your situation, and neither does the mandrill lift attendant.
And the old woman, she left on the second floor.
Oh yeah. She walked out in a huff.
You knew.
So the situation is essentially you're still going up in this lift. There are now 2 quite large jars on the floor next to Greta, and you're still going up.
I'm thinking about the stairs now. Like, might just take the stairs. Don't know if it's worth it.
Okay, so going around again. Let's start off with you, Frank the Far-Seeing. What
Right.
are you? What are you?
I'm going to, having failed to grab the outfit to get a filter, I'm going to attempt to grab one of the jars to see if I can get one round it here.
Yep, you can
Yeah?
do that. Yeah,
Okay, so
yep,
I'll just
yep,
take one of the jars from the ground
Yeah,
and
yeah. You'll find this
go
round.
breathe into that for a round.
Yeah. Greta.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna grab the other jar. I'm like, sorry guys, too slow.
And Valen.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the. Oh no, there is no. Jar.
No, there are no jars
There's
left.
no more.
I'm just gonna. I don't know. I've got nothing.
Grab the mandrake, the mandrill guy, and just like take his mask off and do the reverse kiss of life. Just suck the breath out of him.
Oh no! Okay. Can I use my spell, Helping Hand? Is that yes? Helping Hand. So.
You've got spells.
I know, right? Fucking
Ooh,
Dark Horse
check
John.
you out.
Fucking spells and all that.
I've got a stick with a glass ball on the end.
I've got a
I'm
dead
just
gremlin in a
reading,
jar.
Well, he's not dead. I mean, you know,
I think
He
he'll
might be
dead
dead.
soon.
he might be dead to you.
Chris
I
has got a
mean-
massive sword, but it's no good to us in this situation.
I mean, that's what all the ladies say, but he still keeps going, bless him.
yeah, so I'm going to use Helping Hands, and I'm going to try and take the mask off the mandrake.
Okay, you absolutely know that the mask is definitely too small for your face.
As long as it fits over my mouth, I don't care.
Okay.
Doesn't have to fit over my whole face.
Hold it like that.
Okay, so tell me what Helping Hands does.
From an inanimate surface, animate hands spring forth and perform any task the wizard requires. The hands are limited to being rooted to the spot from which they sprang. They last until the wizard wills the spell to end or leaves the area.
Okay, so
reading that, I don't know.
you will need to cast the spell. So essentially what you're doing there is taking the spell value and rolling that as a skill number, just as you would with advanced skills.
Okay. So the advanced skills is 1. So what would that come under as a roll? Because all I've got is that's a skill roll, yeah.
Yep, and you're adding that to your base skill.
Okay. Yes.
Nice roll.
Okay. So how does what does that look like?
So it's going to be a gloved, like a driving, driving gloves. Leather.
Leather, not the string ones.
No, just the leather ones. They come out of the wall, and they just reach around the mandrake. They grab it, and then grab his mask, and then grab it off, and then chucks the mask to me.
Okay. And where do the hands still stay there afterwards, or?
Yeah, they just give the mandrake a nice little cuddle for a while.
Okay, and it basically, yeah, the mandrake is going and coughing, whilst it's in this embrace.
Just cuddling him to calmness.
Okay.
Calm.
Okay. And yes, you have got this mask. So the mask doesn't quite fit your face. So it's not 1d3 damage. It's 1d3 minus 2.
So 1. Okay.
Yeah, well, it might be 1. It might be 1 because it basically it doesn't fit.
Yeah. So -1 it ended up as.
Yep. So you basically managed to sort of like get it on your face securely enough that you're not breathing in this gas, which leaves Sir Lancelot. Okay, and you look round and you can see your future room companions either breathing into a little mask or breathing into these jars.
So before I do my action, can I see, is the lever for the lift, is it like a lever control, or how is it controlled?
It's quite small. You're not sure.
All right, so what I want to try and do is grab it and then force it into like a full acceleration. So like if it's like a switch, I want to push it further up or whatever.
Okay. I think that's going to be a luck roll.
Okay. Is that just the same then?
2d6. Yeah.
And then I just got to beat it. Okay.
We basically roll under. And if you whether you succeed or fail, your luck then goes down by 1.
That's gonna be a fail, isn't it?
Okay.
Oh no, my luck's 11. So so now I have 10 luck. So that worked in theory.
Okay. Yeah. It sort of like you reach over and you just sort of like twiddle some knobs and just blind panic, and the lift continues up. It just sort of as it does so, it's clear that it does speed up. Okay. At the same time, okay, so does the hum. So, Sir Lancelot, you're still breathing gas, so you take another 1d3 damage.
Okay. So
okay.
I roll D3.
Yeah, D3. Everyone else, as well. Then once you've done that, everyone will be rolling for damage from
From
toothache.
toothache.
From toothache.
Rolling
from this
damage from two
from
things.
this hum in your jaw.
Oh, is that a D3 again?
It's no, it's gonna be 1d basically 1d3 minus 2.
Okay.
Is my stamina? Is that my health? Yeah.
It is, yes.
1d3 plus what?
So you take one.
Minus 2.
So you take a point of damage only if you roll a 3, basically.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, and you're all aware of the fact the reason why your teeth all hurt quite so badly is because the lift has sped up and the humming has grown.
Okay.
Can I roll a skill with evaluate to see where that's coming from? To try and figure it out, or not?
Yes, on the next round.
Okay.
On the next round. So the lift speeds up. The color shift, the color of the walls change. Okay, and the lift stops.
Yay.
But the doors open. Okay, and instead of an exit, there appears to be a shutter. And as the doors part, the shutter goes up. And there's a space there behind, and as if by magic, it's sort of like you see sort of like something flip over, and you have a counter tray of items.
Mm.
And over the top of this counter tray, a small figure appears, egg-shaped, with tiny little arms, and you can see things arrayed in this counter. And he shouts, "G'day, everyone! I have, for your pleasure and delight, various things for sale."
I'll have a look to see what there is for sale.
Okay.
Otherwise, the gas is not left, does it? We're still choking.
No. Yep. And you can see there is a packet of crisps, which is salt and vinegar flavour.
Oh, yum.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
in the classic blue.
or green, because then there was some weird shit where people were making it green, and that's wrong.
Yeah, there was the whole thing where Walker said the
Remember?
green ones, and
Yeah.
It's in blue.
blue is right.
Classic,
green,
yeah.
green should be cheese and onion.
Green.
Blue should be salt and vinegar.
Yeah,
That is
some
the-
dick
yeah,
up,
yeah.
some.
Okay.
I know we'll never get sponsored by Walkers, but it was very wrong and upsetting for
Okay.
many people.
There is a selection of stuffed owls, a tray of pocket gods, a single tin of jellied prunes, a large pail of liquid, and several vials. And at this point, okay, the gaseous form sort of reaches out with sort of like one of the balloon kind of things, drops some coinage into a receptacle and takes the packet of crisps. So, at the moment you are in this lift with this gaseous form and this tray of goods on display. So long, so lot.
Mm-hmm.
It looks at you and says, "May I interest you, sir, in a pocket god?"
Yeah, you got a god of air.
A god of air. Roll luck.
And by god of air, I meant god of endless breathing. Roll luck. Okay, yeah. I keep going to my sheet as if my sheet's gonna tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Roll.
Yeah, 2d6 against your luck.
Six.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we done it again. Did I take another one off? Yeah, 9.
Yes, please. Yes, please. You do. A god of endless air. What's the name of the god?
Araneses.
Okay. It's basically 5 silver. 5 silver, please, sir.
Okay. So I give him 5 silver.
Okay. You have this. Basically, I presume you're going to pray to it.
Yes. Or
Okay.
like,
So,
does it have instructions underneath on what I need to do to activate its godly powers?
okay. So a pocket god is like a little tiny finger puppet of a god.
Okay. Put the finger puppet on, and I go, "Let me breathe. Let me breathe."
Okay. Make a skill roll.
I think you did the wrong accent for the god, though. I don't think it would be Irish.
Let us breathe. Let us breathe. That was even more Irish.
I don't know what that was, but I loved it. That's his real voice, everyone.
I've made it again. No, wait, no, that was not a luck roll.
No. I
Okay.
didn't.
Okay. So you'll take another D3 points of damage at the end of this round. Valen.
I fucking lost 5 silver. Still didn't fucking breathe.
Yeah. Oh, do the funny voice, though. That's fine.
Sorry, can you remind me of what is left on the table? The Chrysagon
Okay.
and...
Okay, so you're still in this room. You're still in this lift with this gaseous form.
Yeah.
There is a pair of ruby lorgnettes, which are like glasses, but they've got the little handle there.
All right, yeah.
So they hold them to the face. Yeah.
Hold it like that.
Yeah. A selection of stuffed owls, very lifelike. A tray of pocket gods. A single tin of jellied prunes. A pail of grey, greasy liquid, and several small vials. And at this point, the merchant reaches over and passes the mandrill a small bag, which it takes, even though it's been sort of hugged by these hands.
Then I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll say to the Mandrake, swap your bag for your gas mask and I'll let you go. And I'll use the bag as a mask.
Okay. He basically kind of, there's a certain reluctance to him doing this. Okay, but he passes you the bag.
What's in the bag?
It's a bag of I was just trying to word it of basically rotten passion fruit.
Oh, you can have the bag back. Oh no, I'll dump it out and I'll use the bag.
Okay. Okay, make a skill roll, basically, to see whether you can do that, so you can actually get the benefit of the bag before dumping the
5 is my skill.
Okay, so you managed to do that. Okay, but still, basically, you're still breathing in this horrible smell of rotten passion fruit.
That's fine. It's better than gas.
Yeah. Greta Mogwai, you've still got this empty. You've now got an empty gremlin jar in your hands.
I want to eat my sweet and see if it gives me magical powers, because it's blue like air and breathing and shit.
Okay. So you grab this this bonbon, unwrap it, and rub it, and basically you pop it into your mouth and you start sucking it. It tastes of lavender.
Oh, lovely.
And suddenly, sort of like, as you do, you notice sort of like you begin to feel a bit puffy, as if, and your clothes are tightening.
This is like Chris's picture, and I'm going to be the fat one.
You've just
This is what always happens.
you've just been Willy Wonka. You're just gonna explode into a big blueberry now.
Chris Kid Wonka.
Hold on a minute.
Chris, can we just say Chris Kid Wonkered me, and I didn't like it. It was not my consent to be wonkered.
Fucking drawing this shit on paint, mate. Do not blame me.
Well, the thing is, Chris, what I want you to do is I want you to roll 2d6 and determine how many tens of pounds that Greta puts on.
As a gym trainer, you need to be very good with this role. It's going to affect you, everything.
You're gonna lose a lot of business if she gets really fat. That's £40.
£4 is alright.
That's
Sorry?
£40.
It was tens of pounds, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You suddenly, basically, you've gained 40 pounds of weight.
Can I have it on my tits and my ass? Because that's otherwise it's just not appropriate.
No,
All right,
it's
I
all
can
in.
draw
It's
that.
all in your neck. You get a £40 jowl.
Yeah, it's called a chinek, where you have no chin. And it just like
Chinek.
bends and chinek, yeah.
Okay, and you still basically still take 1d3 damage from this gas.
Do my lungs not get bigger so I have more air in them to breathe?
Biver.
No, sadly
No.
not.
No biver for you.
Which comes to Frank
What
the
do I have
Far Sick. Sorry, go on.
What do I have to roll? Is it how
see
many dice
damage.
do I have to roll?
D3. 1d3.
Okay, sorry.
It's all right.
1d3. Done. Oh, for fuck's sake. Three.
I keep rolling 3 every
Right.
time as well, mate.
I am not happy being fat. It's offends my body, and I lost 3 health points.
So at Frank the Farseeing, you're there standing there with now you've got an empty gremlin jar. It's now full of sort of like there's not full of air. You're holding your staff.
But I have insight as a skill, so I saw when the gaseous form moved, I had a vision. I had one of my visions, and I saw that it was going to move. So when it did move, obviously as something moves, it leaves a bit of air in the space behind it really briefly before that gets filled up by gas again. So as soon as I did that, I had the insight to scoop some fresh air with my jar and go.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, that's essentially, it's going to be, I go for basically a stand. You can use your insight and add it to your skill.
It's not insight, sorry, it's awareness.
Awareness, either
Yeah,
way.
same
I'll
thing.
let you roll that.
Yeah, so I want to roll 2d6 and I want under skill plus awareness, which is 7, right?
Yep.
Cool. Fail.
It's another D3 damage then.
No, watch me roll 3 again. Two that time.
Okay. Well, the good news is that as you're there going coughing and hacking and just going, will this never end? The gas form floats up out of the lift, taking the packet of salt and vinegar crisps with it, leaving you standing in the lift. Your throat's a little dry from the hacking and coughing, and looking at this wall merchant.
Yeah, I mean, if my throat is so dry, maybe I'm interested in the liquid that he had. Is that a drink, this liquid that he's got?
What he's got is, well, you look at this, there's these tiny little vials, and then there's this pail of looking greasy substance.
grease like engine grease or grease like chicken grease, or what kind of grease?
You think it's closer to chicken grease than engine grease?
Yeah, I don't think that's a drink. What about the vials? Are they a drink?
It looks like it says smelling salts.
Oh, okay. What else do they have? Jelly babies, or am I making that?
So
up?
it's, there's the ruby lunettes, the selection of stuffed owls, the tray of pocket gods, and the tin of jellied prunes.
I mean, maybe jellied prunes might be quite soothing for the throat, actually. How much would
Eat
you
your
like for the...
sweet. Eat your sweet. Maybe you've got a better one.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the throat will actually... Maybe the sweetie will make my throat feel better. Maybe I'm just going to eat my sweet. I'm going to ignore this weird seller for now. I don't think I need any of his weird things. I think I'm just going to eat my sweetie.
Okay, what colour sweet did you have?
Did I not also get a
Green.
blue one?
Green.
No, I got a green
Green.
one. Yeah, I got a green one, yeah.
Green one. Okay, when you unwrap it and put it in your mouth, it tastes of passion fruit.
Oh, yum.
Yep. Okay. And you feel yourself lifting up slightly.
Like floating.
Yeah,
We are getting
can,
Willy Wonka.
Yeah, you are now. You are literally can now hover. You are now find yourself hovering above the carpet.
I can float, guys. Look at me. I can float. I'm Charlie.
Yeah,
I'm Charlie.
yeah,
I'm Charlie in the
I'm
chocolate
fat
factory.
and
I'm
you
floating.
fucking looked out.
It's Charlie when he drinks the fizzy lemonade. Charlie and his granddad. We are getting Wonka, guys.
We have all got Wonkers, and not in a good
We've
way.
been Wonka and not in a good way. Yeah.
It's like that ride. Did you see that Wonka
I
ride
think
in
in
Scotland?
Glasgow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny. So yeah, well, I guess I will spend a few minutes just getting to grips with the mechanics of how to do the floating. I'm like tilting my body around like I'm learning to fly a drone for the first time.
It is only literally just a few centimeters up off the floor. It's not true flight.
But it's levitation. That's impressive
You-
enough. I'm impressed with
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But you can't rise above. You can either be on the floor or you can be at this exact height, about 10 centimeters, 10 centimeters above the floor.
It's just a hover. It's more of a hover.
Yeah.
I could do a really cool looking moonwalk though.
So, where are we? Okay, so let me see. Greta, you, as I say, you all now find yourself free of the gas form. What are you doing, Greta?
Well, I'm fat now, so no. My idea. So the shop guy has like a. To talk to us, he must have like a hole for the window or something, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump through the window and start breathing.
No, the gas form
The
is gone.
gas is away. We're breathing now. We can breathe. Plus, you're fat.
Oh,
You're never
okay.
fitting through that window now, fat.
Yeah, you're not going to fit through that window.
It's gonna be like that movie where she tries and jumps over the counter and can't.
Is it Final Destination? No, it's Scream. It's Scream where she's stuck through the cat flap and the garage door's trying to come up.
Yeah.
And she's too fat and it won't lift up. That's you.
Yeah, can't. She's a fat gremlin. I mean, Greta's quite chilled now. I guess she's not dying and stuff. I'm gonna ask the guy. What is the best thing that he sells? What would he recommend?
I would recommend. He basically shouts. I would recommend the jelly prunes or the pocket gods, or if you have a loved one, the stuffed owl.
Oh well, I mean, I want the stuffed owls.
You look at the stuffed owls. There's a variety of different owls, but they're very lifelike, soft, and poseable. They're about 6 inches tall each.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, how much?
6 silver.
6 silver. Let's see what silver I've got. Oh, I've got 7. I'm like, can we bargain? Would you like it? Would you like a magical gremlin as an exchange?
Not much call for gremlins in the hotel, I'm afraid. Cold
Alright,
hard
we'll do-
silver.
All right. Well, let's try a different type. Would you like me to release a gremlin in your shop who may destroy everything in your shop?
Would you like a threat? How about a threat instead?
How about if you don't want a bargain, I'll just destroy your
Okay.
Bargain, no bargain. How about a threat?
I can do it for 5 silver.
All right, fair enough. I won't release the gremlin.
Okay.
And I will take the owl and be like, but just remember, I always have the gremlin.
But Balin, now able to breathe properly, what are you doing?
Well, I don't know. I think I'd take out my flask. No, it's not. Sorry, I thought it was a flask of water, but it's not. Yeah, I'll suck on a sweet to make my throat less.
What color sweet did you have?
The lime one.
There is no lime. Was it yellow?
Yeah,
Lemon, that was it.
Yeah. Okay. You now basically you don't feel hungry anymore.
Cool.
And your throat is nicely soothed as well.
Oh, did my throat get soothed? I know I can levitate, which is great, but also did I get the effect that I was going for, which was a nice soothed throat from my
No.
Oh.
But so Valen Nightshade can have 1d3 hit points stamina back.
Oh, nice.
And Sir Lancelot, you can now breathe fully, happily, and easily.
Should I would I know that it wasn't the air god, or should I roll to see whether or not I know it was the air god?
I mean, you look at it and it sort of goes, yeah, that's the air. You think it's the air god?
Good. Yay, air god! All praise be the air god. Bow to the air god, gremlin queen, whatever you are.
I can't. I'm too far. I'm pumped with juice. I can't see my knees.
Pumped with juice.
You find basically the mandrill has basically been picking up the rotten passion fruit. By the way, the figure behind the egg-shaped sails or the sails egg, as it were, looks at you and says, will there be anything else?
No, I think that's fine, Mr. Egg Friend, thank you.
Nothing for me, thank you.
Can I request that we get a half-time break, by the way, Pookie? Sorry to interrupt you there, but we're
No. This I was getting to the point of the end of this scene, and yes,
sweet.
Yes.
So let's do that then. Let's get to the end of this scene.
Yeah. So what happens at that point? Unless anyone else is buying anything, the shutters.
I've got 2 silvers. I'm like, what have you got for 2 silvers? What have you got left? What can I have? Bargain, you know. What, have you got a shit guard? Let's offend more people. What's the shittest guard you got? I'll buy that one.
You're on the spot now, Pookie. What's the worst god?
Basically says, we have no pocket gods for you, madam, and slams down the shutter. And with that, the lift begins to rise. And we will come back to the next floor in a few minutes, I suppose.
Excellent, thank you. And we're back for part 2.
Yeah, we're back for part 2 of the Blancmange and Thistle, which is the beginning scenario in Troika. And as we reach the beginning of the second part of the adventure, we find our would-be guests all sharing the same room due to overbooking due to the Feast of Chiliarch. approaching the 4th floor in the lift, having so far made the journey unlike any other lift journey they've ever had.
It's been emotional.
Yeah. So,
My character's been to Travelodge, and it was pretty much the same thing. So.
You reach what is the from the colours that is the 4th floor, and the doors open, and what you see is a scrawny woman wearing a thick leather apron, and what she's got in her arms is a tiger, and she literally starts pushing this tiger into the lift.
A full-grown tiger.
Full-grown tiger.
Is it aggressive? Is it angry?
Oh, it doesn't seem to be.
That's a tiger.
I'm too fat to get out of the way, so I can't really do shit now,
Yeah.
can I?
Okay. And sort of like she's reaching back and grabbing a second one and forcing that into the lift.
It's quite a small lift, lady. I don't know how many tigers you expect to jam in here.
Oh, just one more. It's fine.
Just one more.
You'll be all
tiger.
right. And she basically pushes squeezes this third tiger on before the mandrill pops his head out and goes, and the lift doors close. Chris, so one of the tigers takes an interest in Greta Mogwai. What body part is it licking?
Oh God! Now you're asking.
The ear.
Okay, so essentially, Greta, what you've got is this tiger sort of like leans down to you and begins basically licking your ear, and it's like being licked by an emery board.
That I put on a lot of weight, and my standards have dropped quite a lot, so I'm kind of into it.
Okay, and the good thing is that sort of like your ear is actually being cleaned of earwax as well.
It's semi-arousing, but I'm not going to admit it to anyone who was in the same place as me.
And John, which body part of Frank the Far-Seeing does one of the other tigers sniff?
Careful, John.
Go for it, John. Just do it. Get all the anger out from the other game. Just get it out now. It's a heat wave, John. Get angry. Do it, John.
Okay. His crotch.
Oh,
Yeah.
right in the crotch. Right on the money.
You get heroic inspiration. You get heroic inspiration in my book.
So, you have this tiger sniffing your nether regions. So Frank the Far-Seeing, why didn't you see this coming?
I don't know, but I'm going to assert dominance by sniffing its crotch.
I think that's okay. That's going to take a skill roll to bend down.
Okay.
I mean, if you have an appropriate advanced skill, I'll let you use it.
Etiquette, so I can sniff its its crotch in the polite manner. Do it the right way.
Yeah.
The polite way.
I'll allow it. Yes.
I've got a 1 on etiquette. Okay, roll 2d6, isn't it?
Yep.
3. That's under my skill +1.
Yeah. So it seems that you are getting on very well with this tiger.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I spent some time in India once and with tigers. In fact, I spent a year as an orphan and I was raised by tigers for a year. So that's how I know how to politely sniff the crotch.
Yeah.
Because you could do it in an aggressive manner and start a whole fight, and you don't want you get your crotch bitten by a tiger. That's an absolute big no-no. So the etiquette of crotch sniffing is very important, and I learned it in India when I was.
Because the worst thing about that is once you've been bitten by the tiger, you've got to go and bite that tiger back, isn't it?
That's the hard
The
part,
wor-
is biting it back,
the-
because you've
no,
got to then
no,
put
the
a
wor-
tiger's balls in your mouth.
The worst part about this is that many furries are now touching themselves if you relayed that scene, and you said you would never do that, and you broke it.
No,
Now
the
we've got
furries are not
furry
watching,
crap.
Martin. We've already made it clear we don't like them.
Nah, there's always one in the background. There's always one.
And I mean, Valen, how do you feel about this weird scene going on before you?
Very disturbing, really, very academical, and being the highbrow academic that I am, very disturbed.
Pull your mic in a little bit, John. You're slightly quiet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Thank you.
What are your helping hands doing?
They've gone now. I've ended the spell. So
Oh, okay, that's all right. It's all right. So, with this strange scene of being licked and sniffed by tigers, the lift continues up. It has slowed again. Okay, but it comes to a stop, and the doors open again, and outside you can see a man in a thick leather apron. And he looks round. It's sort of like you can see him. He's sort of like he's pushing tigers down one of the corridors. So he reaches in and sort of like wrestles one of the tigers and pulls that out of the lift and goes, "All right, mate. Any problems?" And sort of like pushes it out the lift.
No, in fact, that tiger is a very well-mannered, polite tiger you've got there. Kudos.
Oh, no, I'll note that down. We do like them to be well behaved.
Keep up the good work, Mr. Tiger
Yeah.
Trainer.
Yeah. Are you free to give us a hand here?
What kind of hand you want? Just a hand pulling these tigers out of here, do you?
Oh, yeah. Well, just carry them down to the room.
I can help because I have an ability called trapping. Maybe I could somehow trap them to make them move with a collar.
Make the roll.
Okay. So what? So to use an ability, what do I roll?
So you take the advanced skill, add it to your base skill, and you
Okay.
roll equal to or under it to succeed.
Okay, so 2d6, yeah.
Yep.
And then under the
Yeah.
all the darkened. Chris, I don't think I'm fat anymore. I think it only lasted a few minutes.
Hold on.
No, you're still fat.
Yes.
Fake. It's like real life. And what? I got confused. So 2d6 is what I'm rolling.
Yep.
'Cause-
Yep.
Okay. I got a 7, and my trapping is 4, and my skill is 4, so 8. So I
Mhm.
guess I've just made it.
Yep.
It's under.
So basically, with a bit of a halter and sort of basically trapping it, you managed to sort of like get all these tigers down into this one room. And it's a standard hotel room, just full of tigers.
I assume
Love
they're
it.
part of the carnival, the festival anyway. It's not that strange that there's tigers here.
Okay, so you come back to the lift, that's when you all notice that you've got an extra passenger.
Okay.
It's small, covered in brightly painted armor from head to toe. What color is the armor, Chris?
Magenta.
Magenta. Okay. And he's carrying. It's basically so he's got no face. You can't see the face because the helmet's closed. And he's carrying a brightly coloured lance. So Oliver, what colour is the lance?
Well, I think if the armor's magenta, I think it's going to be like a what's the word? Like a chromatic, like a metallic pink. You know, like when you get a car and it has pearlescent paint and it shifts from green to pink. That pink. You know
Right.
the pink I mean, right?
sort of like the pink you might find in a copy of used in a copy of Mert Borge.
Yes, yes. Not quite so light. The same brightness, but a little darker hue to it, and more like a metallic, like a kind of like a chrome kind of effect on it, a chrome pink.
Yeah. So this little figure, I mean, he's about 3.5 foot tall, but it basically the head rag, it looks at each of you, nods, and then just nods in general.
I'll nod back because I've got etiquette. Of course, I'll nod back.
Yeah. And basically, as soon as you've nodded it, it's sort of like it's got the lance, and it just goes.
So I'll take my staff, my seer's staff, and I'll do the same thing. I'll do the salute with it.
Okay. And as soon as it's done that, it goes down on one knee before you.
Is he pledging his allegiance to me? I'll put.
Oh, you want to make it? You want to make an etiquette roll?
Yes. No.
Okay. You're not sure. You're not sure.
Well, it feels like it, so I'll take my staff and I will do the shoulders and the head thing. Arise, sir, little guy.
It stands. It stands up. I mean, obviously, it's basically there's no way it could be male, could female, could be any gender. You can't tell. Stands up and just stands to attention. That's it.
Okay.
But so the lift continues upwards. I'm just scrolling down, and as you get to this floor, you sort of like there's a rhythmic thumping coming from above you.
This is the sixth floor now.
Could be, yeah, probably.
Did it change? Yeah. Have we been through 6 colors?
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is our floor, guys. Are we gonna get off?
Yes. At last.
Yeah, let's look for some room numbers.
The door opens, and you can see that the hallways in any direction basically is full of people partying. They're chatting, drinking, gaming, and seems to be sort of like the celebration seems to be in full swing.
Excellent. I like a bit of revelry.
So I presume you're walking down the hallway to your room?
I have skills in etiquette and fist fighting, so I'm definitely prepared for parties. Yeah, we're gonna try and find the number, the 2s, the 20s, so we can find 26.
Yeah. Well, you walk past. You basically go down a hallway. You walk past several teenagers playing some kind of dice game on the carpet. You go towards where you think your room is.
I want to talk to the teenagers and be like, I know you kids are into crazy shit. You want to huff some gremlins?
What?
Or the kid. I mean, you know, I mean, do you want, I'm like, you know what that means, right? You want to sniff the gremlin, ride the gremlin? Like all the kids, like all the cool people at your school are doing it.
No, they're not. Bugger off. We know we're the cool kids, and we know what we're doing. This is the game. We've got this game, which was really cool.
And just be like, nerds, and just walk off.
Nerds.
Looks like Dungeons and Dragons to me. Stamp on their little, jump on their little pieces. That's me done.
Go look at you, Philistine.
Yeah, I repeat, nerds.
Oh, fantastic.
Apart from the one who looks like Chris Kidd, because there's always one like beefy nerd. I don't shout nerds at the beefy geek in case he beats me up.
He stands up and looks at you.
I'm like, oh, you can't hit me. I'm a fatty. That would be wrong.
And basically looks over. Yeah, looks over and goes, "We're not playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Is it Pathfinder?
No, it's Cones of Dunshire, the dice game."
Oh yeah, that's cool. That's the one with the traffic cones. Keep it alive. You guys aren't nerds. It's a cool game. See you later.
I'm gonna grab John's character's glasses and just go like, "You wouldn't hit a man with glasses, would you?" As I walk past the big, the big special one with a head shaped like a brick.
Yeah, it looks at you. Are you with him?
No, just passing through, wearing my glasses.
Got to go back to my game. We're going back to a game.
GG's. Have fun.
Yeah, thanks. So you get down to your room, and presumably you get out the key and unlock the door.
Attempt to, yeah. See if it works. Yeah.
Slips in easily, almost as if sort of like it was intended to. And you open up, and inside, you've got a hotel room. The only thing is, Chris, the bed isn't square or rectangular. What shape is it? And there's only one bed.
It's a circular bed on a lazy Mary or whatever those.
Lazy Susan.
The lazy Susan.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay.
So it rotates.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And John, does it just have one pillow in the middle, or lots of pillows on the pillows on the outside?
No, lots.
Lots. Okay.
Like the ice wall on the flat Earth.
Yeah.
Nerds.
Okay. So you can, as you sort of like you look, you survey the room, and there's a box of fireworks in the room.
Excellent.
And a tray of novelty fondant arrangements. And you'll know that both are consumed or let off during the festival of the Chiliarch. And there's a notice of do not let your fireworks off in the room.
Okay. I would have a look out the window and see, like, are people pointing fireworks out the window? Are they like lined up on the windows ready to fire, or what's going on? Are we expected to go downstairs and outside to play fireworks?
No, when you look out the window, you can see across the city that there are where they've got flat roofs. There are parties going on, and there are fireworks going off on the roofs.
There's no one shooting them out the windows of the hotel, though?
Nope.
Quite tempted.
As that point, as you look to your left, you see two mandrills walking along the ledge.
Walking along the window ledge?
Yeah.
I'll jump back as I get a fright, I guess.
Okay, yeah. They just still sort of walk past.
Okay.
As if it's the
Normalist.
utterly normal thing for them to do.
They are only just little monkeys. I mean, climbing is their thing. I mean, maybe it's probably not that dangerous for them to do that.
Yeah, I mean, they're both wearing hotel uniforms.
Yeah, so they are staff. Maybe.
And you can see that they've actually got little pistolets on their belts.
Maybe they're security.
Yeah, maybe. Just checking that we're not firing.
So, now you've reached your room, what do you plan to do?
Dress for a party, I think. I'll put on my outfit, my my Epop's outfit and get ready to go mingle with the people in the fireworks party, I suppose. Enjoy the festival. Get ready to enjoy the festival, yeah.
All right. So, and Greta, what are you planning to do?
I'm looking through my inventory. Well, it's not Greta's first time at a party, so she's gonna oil herself up with her flask of oil and dress for the party with her flat cap.
Excellent. And Valen Nightshade, what are you planning to do?
I am, seeing as it's a festival, I'm going to write it all down and document it all. So I'm going to get out my books and my pens, and pencils or quill, sorry, and just get myself.
And that leaves Sir Lancelot.
I'm gonna continue to pray to the air god for his protection.
Okay.
Finger puppet air god.
Okay. It's sort of like you feel a faint just a faint flutter of air by your ears, so you possibly might be getting an answer. So I'm presuming, are you all going to go and view or enjoy the party?
Absolutely, I think so, eh? I mean, it seems to be a big deal.
It's a big deal. So
I'm going to set up my stall. I'm going to set up my stall at the party.
All right, yeah, okay. So,
Before we leave the room, can I stack my pockets full of fireworks?
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
So, should I roll to see how many fireworks I take?
Yeah, roll 2d6.
Yeah.
All I know is Chris's next picture with the fireworks is not going to be a pleasant one. So.
Okay. So, having done that, you all make your way up the stairs from the 6th floor and onto the roof where the party's in full swing, dedicated to the festival of Chiliarch, where people are letting off fireworks, enjoying novelty fondant delicacies and so on, and you mingle and enjoy yourself. So let's go with John. I'd like you to roll a d36. So basically roll a d3 followed by a d6. And this is essentially things that you'll learn at this party.
After the session, I'm definitely going to take all Chris's pictures and make a comic. This is going to be the first actual play I released that's going to have a comic that's released alongside it. We're going to release a comic book.
But it's going to be really sad when we have to take him to the asylum, and that's the last thing they did.
Yeah, when this is the thing that gets him committed, it will be quite sad.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The firework picture when we're all dead. I mean, that's where the psychologist goes, yeah, you just need to stay for a few more days.
So 1d3 was a 2 and a d6 you said, yeah?
Yes, please.
4, so 24.
24. You basically what you learn is that Uligez the Harrow, a rich and indolent Lamassu, would be most grateful to whoever brings him a fresh sausage roll. Uligez's bag boy rattles his money bag. Sausage has been banned in the city for months now, but can be acquired through black market contacts.
Does he have any sausages on him? Or is there any sausages around that I could see?
None at all. None at all. Greta, Martin, would you roll the same, please? So a D3 and followed by a D6 or D36.
Okay, hold on. So roll 1d3. What's the plus? 1d3, and what's the extra bit?
Then roll a
D3
D6.
and then a D6.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can figure out all this technology. And then 1d6. Oh, it worked. Yay, figured out technology.
3 and then a 5.
Don't even. I got an 8.
Yeah, 3 and a 5.
What's it?
3 and a 5. 35. Okay. So, a short bearded man wearing the raiments of a befouler of ponds, and named Captain Treacle, you learn, is soiling the moonshine punch fountain. The mandrels who are basically serving the party don't seem to mind. Treacle insists that he's simply honouring the traditions of his people. What do you think?
I totally agree, Captain Treacle. If that is your real and not porn name.
That sounds like a porn name, like.
I mean, yeah, I feel I've seen his films.
It feels like a porno you watch name, Martin. Yeah, Captain Tree.
Oh, the Martin. Yeah, I've seen Captain Treacle. It's a very.
And Chris, Sir Lancelot, could you do the same? So a D3 and then followed by a D6.
Okay, D3, D6.
And when we have chance, I want to give Chris's character a gift.
Two and a 6.
2 and a 6. You notice that there are a pair of eaters from Miss Kinsey's dining club have their eyes on the hotel's mandrill attendants. They admit to you they would hate to commit such a faux pas as openly murder and devour the help. But they will pay handsomely for a subtle approach to procuring their meal. How do you feel about such an approach?
Undisturbed? I don't know. Neutral. Very neutral.
Basically, they look at you and go, maybe we consider you for the operation?
Does it pay well, or will it lead me to the snake bandits or any of the people that I'm actually here to find? Because
oh, snake bandits. We've never tried those. Do you know where we can procure some?
Well, no, or I wouldn't be talking to you, would I?
Well, come back to us if you decide whether or not you want to engage in such a task. And at this point, Greta Mogwai does sidle up to you.
Yay! Can I give the gift?
Yes.
Okay, I was just writing down. I had to think about it because, role playing shit. So Greta has one of the most important things. I think we can all just get a bit serious now. One of the most important things about D&D is knives, and my character has one. So she is going to gift the knife to Chris's character and say that this knife can save friendships. It's gifted from Martin the Unicorn to the fiery red angry leprechaun known as Chris, and she gives you this to help you with any possible problems in your life. Being a vengeful kid, she feels this may help you make friendships in the future. I broke Chris! Put it on mine! I broke him!
Seeing that the knife came from vengeance, can I roll to see if I can not accept it?
Okay. Well, I think it's going to be an etiquette roll. You don't have etiquette, so it's going to be a straight skill roll.
Okay. Let's get skill. I wanted to do it with vengeance because I got skills in vengeance. Roll 2 E.
Oh.
No, I definitely have to accept it.
This is in
How-
real life and in
how do-
D&D life. So
How do you feel about that?
Horrible.
Okay. Well, okay. Well,
Devastated, mate.
yeah. Moving on to Oliver. Would you mind rolling that D36 for me? So a D3 followed by a
Okay.
D6.
A 1 on the 1d3. And a 16.
Okay. You hear that a golden barge, the Curious Puffin, is looking for crew for the next expedition to the humpbacked sky. The captain promises extensive travel and spiritual nourishment. Zenady Tartakov of the expedition sponsor seeks to catalogue the biological variances among goblins throughout the spheres. This is basically, you've read it on a flyer
Mm-hmm.
that is left lying around. How do you feel about the possible prospect?
Well, I like the idea of this because I'm friends with a gremlin catcher, so she might be interested in a trip to capture goblins of different types of goblins. It might be an educational experience for her. She's put on a lot of weight recently. I don't know how she would do on a flying boat. She might sink it. But I'm curious.
Okay. Well, these are all this is just some of the events that happen over the course of this party. You get, you meet lots of people, you eat, you let off the occasional firework. Chris, what's the favorite firework you let off?
One
Can I
that
do something
is
before he starts that, because I want to try and light one while it's in his pocket.
Okay. Well, I think that's going to be an opposed skill roll.
Okay, I'm gonna use.
that's so unfair.
On a sleight of hand.
Yeah, you get to use sleight of hand. Does the vengeful child have anything that will help him?
Awareness.
Yes,
Oh,
awareness
yeah.
will help there. Yeah. So basically, what you want to do is, this isn't combat, so thankfully, roll 2d6 each, add the totals for your skills, and tell me what you get.
What? So I +1 to it.
You basically, you add essentially the skill, your awareness to the total.
Yeah, your target number becomes higher.
Basically a bonus.
No, you don't add one to the roll. You're basically taking one
Oh,
off
okay.
the roll.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
you're adding the whole thing together. So it's the advanced skill plus the skill plus the roll.
Yes, the target numbers. Yeah.
Well, no, there's no target number. You're just rolling high.
All right. Okay.
This is a high roll thing.
Oh,
Yes, it's a high roll.
right, okay. So
Yeah.
Chris definitely wins then.
Mine was a
Boo.
4.
Unless your skill is 6, is it? No. Sleight of hand.
Well, it would be 6.
Okay,
Is it
so
6? What? That's a tie then.
Yeah, my skill and my sleight of hand is a 6.
okay, so what have you rolled?
A 4.
Okay, so you've rolled 10 in total.
And I rolled
Just
10
roll-
in total.
Okay, so it's a tie. So in that case, you're gonna need to roll luck to see whether you
Okay.
Can I aid John's character to help with the shenanigans so he doesn't have to roll?
well, basically, whomever rolls the lowest and makes their luck roll.
Is it 2d6 for?
Yeah, 2d6 and roll equal to or under your luck to succeed. The lowest roll succeeds.
They both rolled a 7.
What's your luck though?
9.
Mine's 9 as well, so they're exactly the same.
Should we just
Okay.
toss a coin, boys?
Yeah, no, at this point, okay, but basically, okay, so what happens in that case is you literally become aware of what Valen Nightshade is doing, okay, as essentially, it's not a case of all right, you're not okay, you are aware of the firework being lit rather than it actually going off.
Oh yeah. So like he successfully lights the fuse, but I hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can do something before it goes off in your pocket.
Do you want
whether
me?
whether or not it's a pocket rocket, I don't know.
Hey.
Should we roll to see whether? So I had 9 fireworks. Should we roll to see what one he lit and roll what one I get out of my pocket?
I don't. Okay, so I don't know what. I don't have a table for random fireworks. So
Yeah, 'cause I was trying to think of the most Irish firework, and the only one I could think was Roman candle.
Well, I'm gonna let Oliver say what type of firework has been lit in your pocket.
Catherine meal.
Okay.
Oh, good choice.
Catherine meals were always my favourite. Love
Yeah.
it. They make a really good high-pitched squealing noise. I just love it. I've got a real affinity for fireworks. My birthday is November the 3rd, so when I was a kid, right up till I was 10, my birthday parties were like combination Halloween and fireworks. So I love fireworks. Got a soft spot for fireworks.
Okay, so Valen, you have successfully lit a Catherine wheel in Sir Lancelot's pocket. Sir Lancelot, Chris, how do you react to suddenly this burning, seeing this happen?
I take it out and throw it at fucking Valen.
I thought you were going to say you drop your trousers and we all find out why you've got long in your name.
Do you want to meet Captain Treacle? He's very good.
Right. So, make a skill roll.
Skill rules are shit for me. Roll.
That's good.
That's good, yeah.
Okay,
That
you
roll
managed.
too.
Yeah,
No.
you managed to get it out. You
Wait,
managed to
no,
get
no,
the
no, no.
firework out of your pocket.
You've only rolled
And
1d6, I think, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only rolled 1.
I'm okay.
There you go, total 7.
That's more like it.
Okay.
I don't
so
do it.
Okay, so essentially, you feel sort of like a lot of heat and fizzing in your pocket.
Yeah, first.
As this firework goes off.
Okay. Shit.
I think you should look
If
every second he delays, you should remove a health point.
So if I would, in theory, if I was to have it in my pockets and also have other flammable things in my pockets, would those also go alight?
Yep. So
Yeah.
you said you've got 9. Roll 1d6 to see how many fireworks it sets. It set the fuses it sets.
Oh, it's a party in Chris's pants, everybody.
Yeah.
It's officially a party in Chris's pants.
I won't mind, but I'm covered in oil. I might explode as well.
So how many fireworks is set off? You set alight?
3.
3. Okay. So yeah, there's you feel this growing tension in your pants, as if they're going to explode.
Hey.
And all of you are basically taken aback by. I mean, can I just, Chris, what style of pants is Sir Lancelot wearing? I mean, I think it's important at this stage.
Parachute pants. MC Hammer parachute pants.
No, they're
Jock strap.
Joppers.
they're like
Chaps.
fucking riding trousers.
So jodhpurs.
Yeah, jodhpurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, jodhpurs. Sort of like, yeah, okay. So there's a bit of a stretch on the side there, but yeah. So yeah, this Catherine Wood is basically fizzing away and sort of like, you know, whizzing around in your pocket as a sort of like these other fireworks are heating up. What are the rest of you doing?
Enjoying the show.
Okay. Greta, what are you doing anything?
rather strangely aroused / confused, and can't really do anything because I don't have any water. But I don't know. I've got some provisions. Can I choose what the food is for the provisions?
Would provisions have water in it? Would provisions include water?
I mean, I'm more thinking that I could cover him in like jelly. Or that's why something funny to cover him.
Banana milkshake. I'm gonna chuck banana milkshake all over him.
I want to just cover him in provisions. If I'm allowed to.
Okay.
I have all these high protein jellies that Chris Kidd eats, and I just throw them at him to cope with the fireworks and try and put out his pants situation, and also get people to look at the shame.
Okay. So, Chris, would you roll 1d3 -1?
Jelly attack.
That's how many testicles he burns.
We're going through all the fetishes tonight. Fairies, that thing where people like covered in jelly.
Suffocation.
Suffocation.
Autoerotic asphyxiation, I believe it's called, Martin.
We've not done tentacles yet, but I'm pretty sure John will help us with that.
We play enough Call of Cthulhu. We can leave tentacles alone tonight.
So, Chris, what did you roll?
A 1.
A 1. So essentially, do you apply these jellies or not?
What, to the fireworks that have went off of my the wound?
Basically the general area.
Yeah, let's get jellied up.
So what happens is fortunately the good thing is that the is that jellies prevent any other fireworks from being set off. Okay.
Yay!
The Catherine wheel still goes, okay, but the other fireworks, the 3 that were set off, or basically were set alight, are about to go off. So, John, what's the first firework that goes off of the extra ones?
Would just be like a firecracker.
Okay. So there's basically, you've got this spinning in your pants and these cracks all up and down your trousers. Martin, what's the second one that goes off?
I'm really sorry because I think it's a powerful one, but I know from The Simpsons, like a cherry bomb, which I think is pretty bad.
The hand grenade.
Yeah, but
it's literally dynamite.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. This goes off, and unfortunately, Sir Lancelot is thrown to the ground by the force of it. And as it goes off, all these mandrels come in and start spraying the area with basically a fire extinguisher powder and so on. But that leaves one final firework. Oliver, what is it?
It's called the Chinese dragon. So it's like it goes and then it explodes into a big shape of a dragon. You know these big 1,000-pound fireworks, but it actually makes the shape of a dragon. It's one of them. It's a Chinese dragon.
Okay, so as we're going to leave it as the closing scene of essentially your first night at the Blancmange and Thistle. You are all standing around watching Sir Lancelot face down on the ground. Okay. As a barrel full of monkeys pile in and cover him with extinguishing powder, and everyone around you goes, "Ooh!" as a Chinese dragon hangs in fireworks over the scene. And you look back down and see the fact that essentially what has happened is that Sir Lancelot's pants have basically been blown off.
Amazing.
And that brings, and basically, and everyone after that, the party continues.
Yay!
So Chris's character is left naked with his dick out. Yeah,
naked on the floor while everyone parties around him. Amazing! What a finish! What a finish! Absolutely superb.
Love it.
Can I just point out, none of the fireworks scene is in the scenario.
That was just all added just for us. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you very much. That was a lot of fun. That was surreal, and odd, and wacky, and gonzo, and zany, and just what I needed on a Saturday night, Pookie. Thank you very much.
It's all in that scenario. Essentially you going from the foyer of the hotel to your room.
Your room, aye. It's an adventure. Just going to your room in the hotel. That was a lot of fun. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm
you.
glad you enjoyed it. It was fun to run.
Let's do the outro then. I'll do the outro for YouTube, and then I've got a rage suggestion for you, Chris. Actually, so Pookie, thanks very much for running that for us. I'd love to play that again sometime. We will talk later about that. Martin,
sure.
Chris, and John, thanks for playing with me, gentlemen. It's a pleasure as always. Great fun. I'll see a couple of you tomorrow for some Fallout. And to the viewers on Chris's Twitch, thank you very much for watching. Appreciate the raid. Thanks for raiding. Check out the YouTube channel where I post edited uploads of these games that we play live here on Chris's channel. And to everybody watching on YouTube, follow Chris on Twitch if you're not already. Thank you very much for watching. I am RxOliver. This is Pookie, Martin, Chris, and John. Good night.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Thank you for playing.
Bye.